Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for coming to Springwater's first ever online auction. Nothing about this past year has been normal, so we couldn't expect the auction to be normal either.
I'm sure the last thing all of us need in our life is another Zoom call. So let's first say thank you. Thank you to you for being here tonight. Thank you to so many of you who donated your items or your times to this. Thank you to the auction team who spent so much time last year preparing for this auction. And a special thank you to Molly and Carolyn, who for many years have led this activity, been a great asset to Springwater, and really have helped us get ready for this first time ever online auction. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot tonight from what we're doing. We have made some changes to help make the auction more inclusive. Everybody was eligible to sign up for an auction item at no cost, so everybody has a chance to win tonight. We've also included a lot of video testimonials from our students, from our teachers, from our community. So if you're just here for entertainment, you're welcome. Thank you. We appreciate you guys being here.
As a small school, Springwater has special fundraising needs, as you all know, and it's up to us as a community to raise those funds to keep Springwater strong, and the need is there as much as it ever has been. So with that said, we hope to raise a bunch of money tonight and also have a great time as well. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's first ever Springwater virtual auction with all the virtual everything we're doing this year, virtual learning, virtual field trips. We thought a virtual auction only made sense. This is going to be a great opportunity for us to raise money for the school and make up that gap between the actual cost of running Springwater and what we get from the state. As everybody knows, we get 80% of that funding, and we spend some of our energy, a decent amount of our energy, making up for that gap. So we're really excited to see all of you guys. This was actually one of the first events I ever did as a new member was the auction 2 years ago at Gray Gables. And so I'm excited to be back. And here to help me tonight is our auctioneer, Patrick Siver. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Greg. It is awesome to be with Springwater again. I wish we were at Gray Gables, but we're not. And it's really cool, Greg, because so many more people can join us tonight in this virtual environment. And as we know, Springwater is so inclusive that I think this format is fantastic. And you're already getting shout outs. How about that? I mean, Nathalie has already said, go Greg. So you're on fire right from the get-go. And that's awesome. Hey, folks, I want to make sure that I explain how everybody can participate tonight. First and foremost, if you are watching the broadcast right now, then you have made it to the landing page and you are on your way to having a wonderful, wonderful time this evening. The next thing I'm going to encourage you to do is to register. Once you are registered, you'll be able to bid on the exciting online auction packages, both live and just online packages. We'll have 5 live packages tonight that you can bid on, and then we'll also have, I think there's about 45 other packages that are also online, and we're going to have just an incredible time, but you can't participate if you don't register, right? So please just register, and that'll give you the opportunity to start supporting Springwater. And speaking of registering, Greg, let's draw our first winner for tonight, and this would be for the Principal for the Day package. Now, before we do that, tell me what all is in Principal for the Day, Greg.
Well, they get to do all the great stuff about being principal of the day. They get to kick back, have a hot cocoa, have donuts. I'll pick them up early in the morning to get to school. We'll have a snack together, and then we're going to start doing what we get to do in school. So we'll do some online meetings. They can actually help me with our morning meeting, help choose out the awesome music we play, and then spend time in checking with classrooms and teachers throughout the day. They get to have lunch together with a group of their friends. We'll go out and get some food. They walk away with an amazing golden whistle, even a nicer whistle than I have. So it's a really, really professional day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And, you know, I'm excited. We had 108 people register RSVP to the event, Greg. So we have put all 108 names on our fabulous wheel of names.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
Isn't that wonderful? And it's got the Springwater picture right there in front of the sign. and every one of the names is right there. So let's go ahead and pick our winner. They're going to win Principal for the Day. Let's fire it up there. And it is a spinning away. And who's going to be our winner? It is going to be Wendy Nelson. Wendy Nelson is the winner. I suspect that Wendy has someone to designate as principal for the day.
Yeah,
Greg,
I'm not
you look like you're thinking about it.
I'm not positive who that is right off the bat, but we're going to find out. Maybe someone can type in the comments and help us out here, figure out who exactly that is. Because I don't know. I know all the kids' names. I don't know every single parent's name.
Well, and that's all part of the fun tonight. You know, we were talking, we want to use the chat, right? So I want to encourage everyone to step into the chat. Do nothing but type in your name and let us know where you're tuning in from tonight. Let's add to the fun. And one thing you will need to know, folks, is if you are going to use the chat tonight, you will need to be in your Google or your Gmail account, your YouTube account, and then it will let you do it. Most of the time, people are already in it, Greg. But occasionally, if they're logged out of it for whatever reason, and they go to use the chat, it may block them. So that is the reason. You just need to be logged into your Gmail or your YouTube account, and it will work just great. And then I see we've already got a note here saying thanks for the intro, Greg. He's all over it. Looky here, we've got some people chiming in already. Hello, Ryan and Rachel Murphy are here, Delaney's parents. Give them a shout out, Greg. This is fantastic.
Hi,
we got people piling into the room now. That is that's what we want. That's what we want to know. And Maggie and Chris are at home running the chat for us, and they're reaching out to Wendy Nelson. I bet she's a grandparent possibly or somebody of there at Springwater. So we'll track her down. We know how to look her up. And she registered to bid, so that's easy. And speaking of bidding, Greg, I'm watching the screen right now, and I know we probably ran out of screens at your house, so you probably don't have it up. But I'm watching, and people are bidding fast and furiously.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
There are some really, really great packages. I got to tell you, I'm pretty tempted by a couple of them myself, for sure.
Well, hey, you know what? There's no rule against the principal registering to bid and getting involved. So you feel free in between as we watch a lot of great videos tonight. I want to make sure that you have plenty of time to bid. So if you need extra time, I'm pretty good at just talking. So we'll make sure it's fun. And hey, folks, I do want to draw your attention. There was a last minute addition here. I think it got put on earlier today. This is an annual yoga pass. This is for 1 year, an annual pass to Elk Rock Yoga Studio. And what an incredible deal. An entire year. Jeffrey Bryan is all over it right now. He's at $130, but I don't know about you, but it's about that a month to do yoga on an unlimited pass, something like that. You might find this hard to believe, Greg. I do not do a lot of yoga, but I know people who do, right? And so let's fire it up right away and do that. The other thing I want to go back to on our chat is that we want to encourage you to chat tonight, and one of the ways we're going to do it is we're going to have us a little giveaway, Greg, and we're going to put up a $50 Amazon gift card to one lucky person in the chat. And the way we're going to be entered is we want you to type in the chat #Springwater. That's it. #Springwater, and you will be entered into our special drawing tonight for a $50 Amazon gift card. So let's get the festivities going, Greg. What do you say?
Let's do it. I'm ready to roll for sure.
Let's do it. Fantastic. Let's start tonight by getting to hear from our school board chair, Mrs. Holly Johnston.
Good evening. My name is Holly Johnston, and I'm the chair of the Springwater School Board. On behalf of the board, we wish you all a very warm welcome this evening. Our auction organizers deserve a very special thank you. Molly Geister, Maggie Sugg, and Carolyn McGill. We gathered tonight to raise money to support Springwater, and hopefully a lot of money to continue making it a special place to educate our children. I'd like to explain our purpose for so boldly asking for your money by revisiting our core values and sharing some of our future plans. The first sentence of our school's mission statement is to integrate the sciences through the academic core curriculum in a nurturing environment created and maintained by a high level of parent and community involvement. Our founders established a community in which families, students, and staff learn from each other. Today, our community continues to thrive in that collaborative spirit between families, students, and staff. Over the last year, you all embodied these core values by deeply investing in our students and staff. You helped our students show up again and again when life in school was hard and uncertain. You helped staff persevere through unimaginable difficulties to teach our children at our teachers' very, very best level. We need to honor our students, families, staff, and you as our community for the commitments we made and continue to make to each other. Our parent and community-led board also made a strong commitment to learn from the past year's experiences to do better for our children. I'll take a moment to recognize each board member. Tori Blackwell, Devin Summer, Tina Marquez, Molly Geister, Chelsea Hamilton, Cinda Scott, Justin Bearden, and Genevieve Sheasley. Our deepest gratitude for your service. Our board is working hard to actively develop and execute plans on health and safety measures that will allow our students to return to full in-person instruction. We are focused on developing policies to evaluate and improve our academic rigor and to implement equitable practices that will transcend generations of school leadership. Soon, the board will start the exciting conversation of re-envisioning the way we educate our students. We can find the innovation we need to accomplish these lofty goals in our core values of collaborating with staff and partnering with families and our community members. Our school's founders cherished its relationships with families, community members, and staff, and we reaffirm that commitment today. Together, we can continue growing the special nature of Springwater. So tonight, we ask you to believe in us, believe in our dreams. Please help fund them. We need your financial support. Please donate generously to Springwater this evening. Thank you very much for being here.
Wow, thanks so much, Holly, for those comments. I think Holly really hit the nail on the head with her statements around our mission and the purpose of the school. I am so excited to have our students back in school this year. Tomorrow is another Friday field study. And being in the field with kids and in the classroom with kids, seeing them grow, seeing them learn, seeing the excitement that they have is something we really, really needed during this difficult year. And I think as Holly said, the teachers gave so much this year. They worked so hard and continue to work so hard that the way as families we can show that support is by actually helping financially. We also are really looking forward to a time when we can have everybody helping in person again. This year, we're going to put out our kind of annual appeal, or the paddle raiser is going to be to try and fix up some of our playground equipment and maybe even put in some new playground equipment this year. So the equipment that's been at the school has clearly been there for a while. Some of it needs to be removed because it's reaching the end of its safe life. And some of it we can just put in to have some more opportunities for kids to play and play together outside. So that's what we're asking for this year. We are wanting to try and improve our playground. And the kind of cool thing is we can use that playground we can use the funds from the paddle raise to actually purchase the materials and then have families help us put that in. Some of the best community projects I've actually been involved in are around putting in play areas for kids. So let's go ahead and get to the video clip of this. Thanks. This summer, we're finally going to put some plans into action regarding a covered area outside of the main part of the building. Several years ago in the paddle raise, funds were raised to construct this area, and due to delays based mainly on what happened with COVID last summer, we've had to delay that construction until now. This year, we're going to center our paddle raise efforts on one of the best parts of the school day, at least from the perspective of most students that I talk to, recess. Springwater's got a great outdoor natural area, and we want to actually focus our energies on this area this year. Recess is a highlight of almost every kid's school day, and Springwater's no exception. We have a lot of great play equipment here, but I think we could use some upgrades and some safety improvements. With your help, we can make that happen. We're planning on working with students to see what they'd like to see added to the playground and then help make their dreams a reality. So your contribution will certainly help. Some of the kids might be interested in a new basketball hoop. I bet some kids are more interested in climbing things. We're not monkeying around. We really could use your help in getting some improved playground equipment for the kids. Do it for Springwater. It's going to be
Well, friends, just hearing those kids run around outside and is inspiring all of us, I believe, to dig deep tonight. This is we're going to do the heavy lifting early this evening, and we're going to raise the funds that Greg has talked about being used for the play areas there at Springwater. This is about your kids. These are the things that directly impact your children and their enjoyment, not only an incredible education they're getting, but also this is where they spend a lot of time. And as Greg said, this is their favorite location is recess, right? And so we're going to have our paddle raise right now. We're going to come together as a community, and we are going to raise the money so that we can put together the equipment that we want to do for the safety and all of the different elements that Greg talked about. Let me explain, folks. If you will look on your auction app, if you are on the app or you're on a computer screen right now, I'm going to encourage you to click on at the top. It says live action, okay? Or if you're on your computer screen right below the video viewer where you're watching the broadcast tonight, there is an option to click on follow the action. And that will help you keep up with what I'm on tonight and where we are in the program. What we're going to do is we're going to roll through a series of levels of giving tonight. And when I reach a level that is meaningful to you and matches your pocketbook, I'm going to ask you to click on that button and make a very wonderful gift, knowing that it will be meaningful to the kids and the staff at Springwater School. I'm so excited to get us started tonight. We've already received a very, very generous gift from the grandparents of Elsie, Emma, and Liam Doherty with a gift of $1,200 from James and Mary Cruz. Wow, that is inspiring. Thank you so very much, James and Mary. And I want to ask our group out there, as you're chatting it up and you're putting in hashtag Springwater and you're watching these videos and you hear those kids screaming in the background, screaming because they're having a great time, not because they're mad that they're having to do schoolwork at home or anything like that. They're having a great time enjoying the playground and the play area. And let's try to create just an even better environment for them to enjoy. So if you're in a position, folks, to make a gift tonight, maybe $1,000 or more, now is the time. I know I've been your auctioneer for a few of these events, and I've always been inspired by how generous this community is, and I'm watching it. It's already starting to roll in, and that is fantastic. But I want to ask you, if you're in a position to make that gift of $1,000 or more, click on that button and make that gift. And even if it's not 1,000, type in a number that is meaningful to you, knowing that it will definitely be meaningful to our community and make a difference at recess for our children. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And while you are, I want you to hear from longtime board member and fundraising chair, Molly Geister.
When I think about why I love Springwater and why I've dedicated so much of my time here, the first thing that comes to mind is community. Springwater most definitely produces students who excel academically, but more importantly, we send good humans out into the world. Kids who care about each other and the environment, kids who love nature, kids who know that they are supported by and are an integral part of something greater. Kids stay younger here. They are allowed the time to become strong, independent thinkers. They have the opportunity to foster relationships with adults based in mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Small class sizes allow for real connection with their peers, and the K-8 model grants opportunities for kids of all ages to be leaders and helpers and friends. I am so grateful for the people who came here before me, people who raised funds and planted gardens, people who created traditions and cultivated ceremony, and most importantly, the people who fostered this sense of community here at Springwater, which continues to grow and evolve year after year. It's our job to keep these things going for the next generations of Springwater students and families. It's our job to take care of this special place so that the people after us can experience and build upon what we leave behind. I invite you to enjoy our time tonight, even if it is digitally, and to give generously so that others can experience and learn from this community we are continually creating together.
Thank you, Molly. That's awesome. What a big part of the Springwater community Molly and her family have been. It's fantastic and exciting stuff. Hey, speaking of exciting, it is exciting to see the enthusiasm that is rolling in on our donations. I want to thank some people. I want to start out with thanking Michelle Metter with a gift of $100. Thank you so very much. And I want to reach out to our auction chair and her husband and family, Maggie and Chris Sugg, with a gift of $500. Thank you so very much, Chris and Maggie. And Monica Birch with a gift of $100. Thank you so very, very much. Colleen Kelly with a gift of $100. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're making a difference in how these kids enjoy their play area. Also want to thank Ernest Blackwell with a gift of $50. Thank you so very much. And Christy Sommer with a gift of $250. Christy, thank you. Tina Marquez with a gift of $50. Thank you. Alicia Johnstone with a gift of $100. Thank you, Alicia. We certainly appreciate it. Debbie Barrett with a gift of $250. Thank you, Debbie. This is outstanding. Hey, folks, get in that chat and tell them thank you and cheer them on. This is so fantastic. Greg's going to be able to put this to good work. I guarantee it. I want to thank Christopher Sheasley. Thank you for your gift of $100. And tell Genevieve hello for me, would you please? And Tina Marquez with another gift of $100. Thank you. I love it. There is no limit, folks. Feel free to hit that button whenever you get the urge. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. And Courtney Selby, thank you for your gift of $100. Thank you, Natalie Doherty, with a gift of $100. Thank you so very, very, very much. Folks, this is just awesome, and it's so exciting. I do want to remind you we're almost out of golden raffle tickets. I hate to break the enthusiasm or break the spirit we've got going with the donations, but I want to make sure nobody misses an opportunity on that golden ticket. There's a $500 Sun River gift card available for the winner of the golden ticket raffle. And looky there, speaking of $500, Robert Curtis, thank you, with a gift of $500. Thank you, Robert, so very, very much. And Rachel Murphy, thank you for your gift of $100. Folks, this is absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome. And at this point, I want to make sure you have an opportunity to keep hitting that button. And while you're due, I want to introduce you to a very, very familiar face at the Springwater Auction and, of course, always at school. Please welcome our next guest, Carolyn McGill.
Welcome to our first virtual auction. I am so excited to be a part of this. There's no tickets, there's no babysitters. Your only responsibility is to join in and participate and have a great evening and support a wonderful school. We have been a part of this school since 2009. We have two kids. Second one is in 8th grade, just about ready to graduate. And we have always felt that it is our duty to volunteer and support this school from the very beginning. We have done that through running the auctions. We have done it through hosting events. We've done it through helping at the school. It's really an integral part of what keeps the school going. We love the rural setting and the smaller size. It's really something that was reminiscent of the schools that we went to for elementary. And we feel that that combination with Friday field studies and the science and observation and investigation way of teaching has really opened the doors for both of our kids in further education. It's made them excited to learn and excited to go forward. And really, we are happy and proud to be a part of this school. It means a lot to us that we've been a big part of it. And so we'd like you to join with us tonight and support in any way that you can. And let's make this the best school possible for all of our kids. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Carolyn. It's great to see you, even if it is virtually, but it is awesome to see you. She's been such a huge part of this event for so many years, and she's made herself an even bigger part of it tonight. I want to, let's get some virtual applause going, folks. It is time to cheer it out in the chat room. Carolyn McGill just made a gift of $1,000. Thank you, Carolyn, so very, very much for your generosity, not only of your time, but of your resources. Thank you so very, very much. I want to also thank Melly Murphy with a gift of $100, and Molly Geister with a gift of $100. Ashley Nagel with a gift of $500. Folks, we're on our way to making a big, big difference in that play area. Let's bring Greg back and have him tell us if he's going to be able to put all these dollars to good use, I hope.
Yeah, I just did the math in my head, and well, actually, I couldn't do the math in my head that quickly, but I'm super excited. I think what we're thinking about is the very first thing we're going to take care of is safety concerns, right? There's a couple of features that we just need to replace and remove because they've gotten older. I think we need to fix that swing. That was a pretty squeaky swing, I noticed. Pretty squeaky swing. That's a good tongue twister itself. So we're really, really excited to be able to actually do this. Now, the second thing is if we get when we get beyond those safety repairs we need to do, we're going to work with the kids to have them tell us, like, what do you guys want, right? It's not up to us to make a decision, but what makes sense for you guys to kind of play on in this space. So we're really hopeful that, and I'm confident that we'll get to that place where we can actually kind of work with students around what things make sense to put in next. So we're excited about that.
No, it's absolutely. And you know what, Greg, the giving doesn't have to end, right? That's the beauty of this type of a format, is that at any moment when you see these videos tonight that you put together and you get a sense, I mean, it's so inspiring to see these young people and the teachers. I've just been overwhelmed with how dedicated your teaching team is there. And there is absolutely no reason that the giving has to stop now. Keep hitting that button. You can even type in a custom amount. And I want to remind everybody, hey, every dollar matters, Greg. Do you know the difference between each dollar when you go to actually invest it in that play area?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
And so every dollar matters, folks. And now is the time. We want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to support this incredible project. And we're gonna transition over to our live auction. But I want to make sure you know, you can always, on the home page, there is a donation window, and feel free at any moment that you feel the urge to go in there and make a donation if you would. That would be fantastic. I also want to give a quick update before we jump into that first package. There are four tickets left in the golden ticket drawing. There's only 4 left, folks. You can buy all 4 if you want. It would cost you. Now there's 3, so you can't buy all 4. There's only 3 left, Greg. We're going to sell this out.
All right.
This is exciting, and we just could not be more exciting. This is fantastic. But let's go ahead and transition to our live auction. I want to make sure everybody is still on follow the action, and we are going to, somebody just bought another ticket, and let's see how many we're down to. I'm going to say, Greg, that we're pretty close. We've got one ticket left, just one ticket left. So we are going to sell that out at any moment. It will be sold out. So Greg, what I'm going to ask you to do today is if you could introduce the live auction packages, then we'll talk. As everybody knows, people have been bidding on those for a week now, and we're going to announce what that number is, and we'll talk a little bit about the package. And Molly just bought the last golden raffle ticket, so we're on our way there. Fantastic. Thank you, Molly, for selling that package out. The golden tickets are all gone. And then we'll come back and let people make their last and final bids, Greg, and we'll sell those items right here tonight. So why don't you get us started off with that first live package, Greg?
Let's do it. This is a good one. The Black Butte Getaway. It's a 3-night stay at the Ridge Cabin, number 7, located in Black Butte Ranch. The home boasts an open kitchen with recent updates, a modern fireplace, 2 downstairs bedrooms, each with queen beds. Sleep 6 people. Additional details regarding the availability and blackout dates are available on the auction website, so you should check that out as well. A big thanks to Jeff and Annalisa Pena for this generous donation. This looks like a great place. The picture of the inside looked wonderful. I think it's awesome. It's an awesome place. So Patrick, where are we at on the bidding on this one?
Well, you know, it's a steal right now, Greg, and we're here to raise money, so we're not going to sell it this cheap. We're hoping folks are ready to hit that button. The bidding right now is at $800. At $800 is this package. This is a phenomenal package, and it's only $800 right now. Our next increment is at $850. We want to thank Tara for getting us this far. Tara, you are at $800. But Hannah and Kate and Chris Sugg, it is time to bid it up again. You mentioned, Greg, how beautiful it was inside, and that's no surprise. With Annalisa and her interior decorating skills are off the charts. You know it's going to be an incredibly wonderful place. We also want to thank, just like that, Laura Hicks. Thank you for your $100 donation, Laura. Thank you so very, very much. But Annalisa has got this place in tip-top shape. It guaranteed it will be gorgeous. And let's give everybody just a couple of minutes to make their last and final bids. Folks, I do want to remind you, we are in the virtual world. So it takes just a few seconds between when I say something here in my studio and when you actually hear it wherever you may be. So this is not the time to bid at the last second, because chances are good you might miss out. When I say sold right here in the studio, it will stop taking bids. So as soon as you are comfortable making that bid, make that bid. You can also make a proxy bid, which means put a maximum amount on that item and let the computer do the bidding for you up to your max amount, right? So I want to make sure you put in your bids as soon as possible. While you're doing that, let's go ahead and hear from our good friend, Annalisa Pena.
Welcome to the Springwater Auction, and thank you for supporting this amazing school. What I love most about the Springwater School is the close-knit community of families and educators. It's more than an education system, it's a place of connection. The more tangible elements, such as the environmental science learning, they're all incredible. The education is fantastic, but more important is the progressive leadership team. Each child is met with the expectation of growth, to think critically, and all are seen as unique individuals. When the children go out and explore in the fields, they're developing an understanding of the earth and our changing world. These are the children that will one day be the protectors and the defenders of our earth. So join me in supporting Springwater School and our future leaders.
Well said, Annalisa. Well said. And thank you to you and Jeff again for making this generous contribution of your beautiful home over there in Black Butte. This is a wonderful opportunity. The bidding is kicking up, folks. We're now at $860. The next increment would take us to $910. We're only going to keep this open just for a couple more seconds. So you want to place those bids now, folks. Now is the time. Tara, now is the time to make that bid. And I want to remind Hannah, you can still bid. And folks, there's no limit. Anybody watching right now or on the app can make a bid. So let's go ahead and count it down, Greg, and we're going to sell it here in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to give them just about 5 seconds to make those last and final bids. Maggie's got the lead at $860. You need to be at $910, Greg. That's still a great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah,
Great opportunity.
That's a heck of a deal.
And not only that, all the money goes to support Springwater School, right?
Exactly.
So whether you win the package or not, you are supporting every time you bid, folks. Every time you bid. We're going to count this down in about 10 seconds, and we're going to sell it. It's at $860. Need to be at $910, folks. $910 to bid. All you got to do is hit that bid button on your app, and you will be registered to bid. So here we go. Need to be in 5, 4, 3, 2. Should I sell it, Greg?
I think it might have to be sold.
I think we're about to sell it. Last and final call. Last and final call at $860. We are about to sell it to our auction share, and I have sold it. Sold it. Sold it. It sold at $860 to Chris and Maggie Sugg. Thank you so very much. I can see Maggie backstage here with us, and she is clapping. She is so fired up. Chris, I don't know if he's as fired up, but there she is. She made the show. Maggie is on fire. She's headed to Black Butte. And look at there. There's her daughter. And hey, this is great. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and give them a little virtual shout out in the chat room and congratulate them on supporting. Not only did they make a $500 gift here just a few minutes ago, but they've bought the first package at $860. Want to remind everybody in the chat, make sure you type in, there's a woohoo, and go Suggs from Natalie. That's awesome. And type in that, don't forget, hashtag Springwater, and you'll be entered in to win a free $50 Amazon gift card later tonight. Greg, what's up next?
Well, it looks like we've got another place to stay. So this is Neptune's Lookout. It's a 3-night stay in this grand ocean view home in Lincoln City. It has a hot tub, a 1,500 square foot deck, game room, easy beach access in Rhodes End. A big thanks to the grandparents of Violet and John, Karen and Lewis. Oh, Karen and Lewis Bonar. So thank you very much. Where's the bidding? This did look like it had an amazing view. Actually, it's a cool looking place.
Oh, it's awesome. And if you go on the catalog in the app, Greg, you can hit the listing from where they offer it, as a rental and as a vacation property on Vacasa, and it's overwhelming. I mean, I thought about trying to bid. It's not very fair for me to bid, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous place, and we want to thank the grandparents so very much for helping us out and making this trip and this weekend available. It's a 3-night stay. I mean, it's a huge home. Lots of place to hang out, and thanks to Karen and Lewis for their generosity. Our bid right now is at $1,210. Wow. $1,210 is the bid, but it needs to go to $1,310 as our next bid at $1,310. So Rachel, you're in the lead right now, but stay on that button just in case. I know you've been bidding quite a bit, and that's fantastic. But Carrie, you're hot on her heels. So and Anjay, there's no reason. Anjali, I think is how that's said. You're welcome to keep bidding. Rachel, Carrie, everybody is in, folks. The water's warm at Neptune Lookout. And let's take those final bids. And while you do, let's go ahead and introduce you to our first video of the kids and the teachers that you put together, Greg. This is some fun stuff. Let's take a look.
What I really like about Springwater is the community and the feel and the small community that we're in with teachers and with students. I feel like I truly know my colleagues and I truly know my students and their families. And I don't think I would be able to say that at a different school.
About it that it's different than most schools, and because my old school did not have a rock wall, and this has a rock wall. It's funner than my old school.
one of the coolest things that I've found about Springwater is that I get to know each student on a first name basis, even without having spent that much time with them. And I think in a different environment with a larger student body, that would be hard to do. So I like it's a good size.
My favorite part about Springwater is probably how open the field is and how we're able to split up and that sort of thing.
That's awesome stuff.
Oh yeah.
How much fun did you have talking to all the kids that way?
It's pretty fun to hear what they like about the school. There's a lot of people that love recess, surprisingly enough.
Well, and you know what? It's not too late. If folks want to make a contribution tonight and help you with improving the play areas and the structures and all the things that are going on there, they can still hit that donate button at any moment. It's right there on the homepage for the auction. They are welcome to make those donations, and we'll still take it. Well, it looks like, Greg, that Rachel is pretty well on her way to Neptune's Lookout down in Lincoln City. She has very generously bid $1,210, and we did not receive a bid during that last video. So I'm about to wrap it up. Carrie, if you want to go hang out in Lincoln City, now is the time to bid. Otherwise, Rachel is going to win it, and she will be headed to Neptune's Lookout in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I have sold it. Sold it. Sold it. Rachel, you're headed to Lincoln City. Thank you so very, very, very much for your incredible support of Springwater School. This is fantastic. Greg, what's up next?
Well, we've got this really, really beautiful piece of art that Tyler Fuqua made. He is a renowned artist and a Springwater parent. He's created a special piece for the auction for the last 4 years. Each one represented a class or school mascot: the meadowlark, the salmon, the blue heron, the river otter. This year he chose our newest mascot, the bats. He crafted a life-size flying bat using old nuts and bolts and various hardware. He then cleaned it with electrolysis before sealing it with a clear coat. The base is made from Brazilian cherry deck board scraps. This thing turned out awesome. It is really, really cool. So, you know, Zach was our newest teacher last year, and we were missing one mascot. We need a new mascot, and Zach suggested the bats, and it was a brilliant idea. And this representation of it, I think, is a celebration of that, our great second grade class. So I think this thing is really cool.
It is gorgeous. It's absolutely awesome. This is the only time that I'm disappointed we're not in person, because I didn't get to see it in person. I've always enjoyed all of Tyler's art in the past and getting to be able to sell it. And it's always brought great dollars for the school. And we just can't thank Tyler enough for everything. You know, the size, if you're trying to understand what the size of this item is, this piece of art, the actual size of a bat, this piece is 20 inches wide, 10 inches deep, and 20 inches tall. So it would look wonderful in multiple places in your home or your office. And every time you look at it, you'd be saying, yeah, that's Springwater. That is my favorite school of all times, Springwater Environmental Sciences School. So, hey, look at the bidding. It's hot and heavy. Natalie and Carolyn are battling it out. Wouldn't that be appropriate, right? We're at 320 right now, folks. You need to be at 330. We're at 320, need to be at 330. And Carolyn didn't waste any time at all. She is in the lead right now. Natalie didn't either. She's at 340. Carolyn's in at 330. But folks, don't let them have all the fun. The water is warm. Go ahead and jump in and bid it up. Let's make a big deal. This is Tyler's his last year at the school. I think his kids are finishing up. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a look. Tyler sent us in a nice message. Let's hear from Tyler.
Hello there, I'm Tyler Fuqua. My daughter is Sparrow, and she's been going to Springwater for about 9 years, since kindergarten. And anyways, I like to build a art piece that represents one of the classes of Springwater, one of the animal mascots every year for the auction. And this year I chose the newest creature, which is the bat, as you see here. For this piece, I used all reclaimed materials, including a lot of old nuts and bolts, and also an old piece of deck board of some Ipe that I had left over from a job. And what I did is I carefully constructed a realistic looking and life-size bat in flying position that could decorate anyone's home. I love creating one of these art projects each year for the auction, hopefully raise a few dollars to go to the school, because even though this is our last year at Springwater, unfortunately, we've had a great time and we feel like Springwater is family to us. So hopefully you guys like this project, and hopefully it makes a bit of money for the school. That'd be great on our last year that we have a chance to do this. So anyways, have a great night. Stay safe.
Let's get a big round of virtual applause for Tyler Fuqua. Thank you so much, Tyler. I love seeing your workshop. I see our man. I doubt this was Maggie. I'm thinking it's Chris, but he said, "Oh man, I want to hang out at Tyler's place. Looks so cool." Couldn't agree more. It looks fabulous. Was that you, Maggie, or was that Chris? That was. I'm going to bet it was Chris. But thank you so very much. And Harrison, we got another note here from Dawn. Harrison and I are big fans of the robot. So, hey, this is great. Speaking of, hey, this is great. The bidding is hot and furious now, folks. We've got ourselves a bit of a tussle right here. Natalie Doherty and Carolyn McGill are getting after it. The ladies are getting after it. We're up to 460 with Natalie, and we need to be at, now we're going to need to be at 510 as the next, or 585, and that 485. It didn't take long, and Natalie's at 510, folks. Need to be at 535 to bid. 535 now, looking for 535. 35 to bid, 535 to bid. It's your turn, Carolyn. Hit that button. It's all this much fun. This is your this is the last auction with your kids at school there. It is now is the time, Carolyn. Need to be at 535 or we are going to sell it. Need to be at 530. There you go, Carolyn. Thank you so very, very much. Bid calling in the virtual world is a little bit different, folks, because I can't see my targets like I can when we're at Great Gables, but this is fun. And Natalie really, really, really wants Tyler's bat this year. That is awesome. She's at 560. Need to be at 585 and 585 to bid, Carolyn. 585 to bid. And there you go. 585 to bid. Need to be at 585 to bid. We're at 560 with Natalie. Need to be at 585. Need to be at 585. And I've got it. 585 is the bid. And now the next one will be at 710. At 710, Natalie, 710 to bid. Carolyn's going home with the bat. She's taking the bat really soon here, Natalie. If we don't get another bid, you need to be at 610, I believe is the number. 610 to go. At 610 to go. 610 to bid. Here we go, folks. Need to be at 610, Natalie. Need to be at 610. I'm going to sell it to Carolyn. It's going to go at 585 on that. There you go, Natalie. Thank you so very, very much. Natalie is in at 610. Carolyn, now it's your turn. 635 to bid. And like I said, folks, anybody can have a good time here. Just go ahead and hit the bid button and know you're raising more money for Springwater School. This is great. Fantastic. I'm at 610. Need to be at 635. At 635 to bid, Carolyn. At 635 to bid. I've got 635 and now 660. Natalie need to be at 660. At 660 to bid. I'm 635 with Carolyn, looking for 660 to go. 660 to go. 660 to go. 660 to go. Need to be at 660 to go. 660 to go. I've got 660 and 660. 660 is bid. Need to be now. I'm going to take it. Need to be at 700 to bid. At 700 to bid. At 700 to bid. We're at 660. Need to be at 700. This is the last year of Tyler being at the school. And Carolyn, your last year at the school. And 660 is the bid. Need to be at 700. At $700 bid now. $7 now. $7 now. $700 bid now. $7. need to be at 700. At 700, we're going to sell it, folks. Here it goes. Natalie can feel the bat. She's already picked out a spot at her home for the amazing bat from Tyler Fuqua. I'm going to sell it. All in, all done. Carolyn, need to be at 700. 700, and I got it. And 700 is bid. And 700 is bid. And 700 is bid. Way to go, Carolyn. Need to be at 7.5. Now, Natalie, 750 to bid. We're 700 out of bid now. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. Need to be at 750 to bid, Natalie. We're at 700 with Carolyn. Need to be at 7.5. 7.5 to bid, folks. Now is the time. Need to be. I'm going to sell it. Here we go. No more messing around. We've got a few more items to sell. We are going to sell it here in. I'm at 700. Need to be at 750 to bid. 700 is bid. Need to be at 750. Folks are bidding on the other auction items. That's fantastic. Need to be at 750. We're going to sell it at $700. Going once, going twice. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I have sold it to Carolyn McGill. Carolyn has bought it at $700. Thank you so very, very, very much. Debbie Barris out there just making sure Tyler sells 2 bats. She wants him to make another bat. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not putting Tyler on the spot. So let's enjoy the bat. Natalie says that's fantastic. Carolyn, that was a good time. You guys raised a lot of money for the amazing Springwater School. And what is up next, my friend Greg?
Well, surprisingly enough, we've got another house that you can rent. So this time you can go to Rockaway Beach House if you would like. You and yours can escape to the Rockaway Beach House for 2 nights. This newly built Rockaway Beach home features 3 bedrooms, sleeps 6 comfortably. It has everything you need for a memorable getaway to the Oregon coast, including prime location with easy walking distance from the beach and the heart of downtown. Inside, you'll find new furnishings, elegant finishes, including stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, and plentiful space for relaxing after a day on the sand. Use the gas grill to host summer barbecues. Spend your evenings gathered around the air hockey table with your loved ones. Big thanks to Molly Geister and her parents, Dawn and Kathy Jersky, for making this package available. That seems like an awesome package. I love Rockaway Beach. I used to go a lot in college. What's the bidding at on that one, Patrick?
Well, we're currently at $660. At $660, and I'll tell you what, you couldn't get it for that package out on the street. That would not be a fair price. Yep. But Ashley, we appreciate your hospitality and generosity so far. But Anna, you can still bid, and Natalie, you missed out on the bat, but now you could be headed to Rockaway Beach, right? So let's go ahead and raise it up. Let's get the bidding going. We're at $660. Need to be at $700 to bid. Need to be at $700 is our next increment. And I've got $730. Looky there. We have a new bidder jumping in the game. Angeli at $770. I like your style, Angeli. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And we're at $770. I'm going to ask you to be at $800 is the next increment. And while you go ahead and do that, let's follow Greg around on the playground some more and hear from some of those students and teachers at Springwater.
Go for it. What do you like about Springwater?
What I love about Springwater is it's a place to be creative in our teaching. It's a place where kids get to take the lead and teachers get to learn along with them. It's a place to love the outdoors, and I love the community feeling with students and parents and teachers all together.
That's awesome. And it's a good thing it was a short tape, Greg, because the bidding is going fast on me now. We're with Ashley at $850. At $850 is the bid with Ashley. Angeli, it's time to step up. Need to be at $900 to bid. At $900 bid, I'm at $8.5. $850 is bid. Now $9. Now $900 bid. Now $900 bid. Now $9. Need to be at $900. $900, please. $900. I'm at $850 with Ashley. Need to be at $900. At $900. All right, we'll pump the brakes a little bit. I'm going to make it at $875. You could go ahead and bid $875 right now. Anybody can get in. Anybody can get in. This is a wonderful package at a beautiful home in Rockaway Beach, just about an hour and a half. I think I'm right, Greg. About an hour and a half from here in Portland. As I recall, occasionally I get a little my timing off when I head to the beach here.
Yep, that's perfect. It's a great little town, Rockaways. It'll be a fun
one
trip.
of my favorites. I love Rockaway, and you've got an incredible selection of beach houses between Lincoln City, Rockaway Beach, and then there's one that's almost live. That is the package right after our live auction, and that is Holly Johnston's family's home in Pacific City. So there are some incredible beach homes available tonight. We're at $850, looking for $875. I'm gonna sell it right here at $850. Gonna sell it. We're all in, all done. Angeli, you're out. Are you gonna come back? How about who else could come in here? We've got Natalie. Were you interested? You were earlier. Now is the time, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have sold it. Sold it. We have sold it for $850, and it is sold to Ashley Nagel. Thank you so very, very much. Greg, last and final package. Go ahead and tell us all about it.
All right, so we've got a 7-night stay in Caldera Springs, located in the beautiful Sun River community. Caldera Springs Cabin 5 is a perfect base camp for exploring Sun River and beyond. This 2,522 square foot home has 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Holy cow, 5 bathrooms. All right. Making it an enjoyable home for up to 10 guests. Inside this luxurious cabin, you'll find spacious kitchen, living and dining room areas with large windows, hardwood floors, vaulted ceilings, and timber beam accents. It even has a hot tub. This home is available July 17th through the 24th. What a great way to take a summer vacation in beautiful Central Oregon. So that looks like a great one too. Plenty of bathrooms. That's important. Where's the bid?
This looks like an incredible place to spend a week. I mean, Caldera Springs, right there at Sun River. It is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in the Sun River area, and just a beautiful place. Right now, the bidding is at $2,610 with Frederick Gove. Frederick is in the lead at $2,610. We are going to change that bid increment to $100. Need to be at $2,710 to bid. Need to be at $2,710 to bid. And we are not going to mess around here. Frederick has set a fairly high, I don't know the number, but he has been, the computer has been bidding for him because nobody's outbid him recently. Okay. He has been there, and now he is still at $2,610. At $2,610, you need to be at $2,710. And while we wait for those last and final bids to come in, let's go ahead and hear our final loop around the fields at Springwater School with our wonderful principal, Greg.
There are so many things that I love about being at Springwater, but I particularly love our tight-knit community and our focus on outdoor exploration and inquiry.
Nice. I like Friday field studies because we get to go outside more than normal.
I like ELA because I get to write and create fun stories.
I think the thing that makes Springwater special is that kids get to be themselves here. They're not put into a box and made to think one way, as they get to learn how to express themselves and their own thoughts and be comfortable and proud of what and who they are.
I kind of like recess, but I think my favorite, if I can do it, is probably Friday field study.
My favorite is going home.
My favorite is going. Greg, did you encourage him to say that, or he do that all on his own?
Surprisingly enough, he said that all on his own, but I know he didn't mean it. He has so much fun every day I see him. I had to leave it in there.
You know, this is one of the things I love about our virtual format tonight, is that we have the opportunity to see so many people that we would never invite to the podium at a gathering event, right? Nobody had to stand in line. Nobody had to get a babysitter. Nobody had to get a new outfit to come tonight. Nobody had to buy a ticket. This really represents the environment you have at Springwater, which is so inclusive and so many different people can be involved. Everyone can participate. And wow, to be able to watch all these videos tonight and see all the fun smiling faces, it's just been fabulous. I don't know if it has been for you, Greg, but it has been for me.
Yep. I've obviously enjoyed making it. It's always great to talk to the kids about what they think is the best part of coming to school. And the kids do love Springwater. It is a great community.
Well, how could they not? How could they not love Springwater? I mean, Springwater is a phenomenal place. Hey, folks, we're at $2,910 on the bidding on our wonderful Caldera Springs cabin. This is a 7-night stay. As Greg alluded to, there's 5 bathrooms and a hot tub. So you know what that means, right, Greg?
Yes.
But we have an unbelievable home at Caldera Springs. It's currently at $2,910. Frederick really wants to go to Caldera Springs, but I encourage you to keep bidding it up. And you know what? You're a pretty popular guy in the online auction, Greg. Principal for the day is up to $1,185.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, I think we ought to just keep seeing that go up too. Hey, I did get a note. I saw some folks might have been wanting to play in the chat with us, and maybe they tuned in a little later. You do need to be in your Google account or your YouTube account. You need to be logged into that. So please make sure you're logged in, and you can you'll be able to participate in the chat. And by the way, we are going to do that drawing here in just a few minutes after we finish this last live package. We're going to do a special drawing for everybody that types in hashtag Springwater. So if you haven't done that yet, hashtag Springwater, that's all you have to type in, and hashtag Springwater, and that will get you in a drawing to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So make sure you chime in. Hey, this is a beautiful house. We're at $3,310. We're just going to keep talking, Greg, because we don't even have to talk about it. Everybody wants to go. We really want to reach out and give a very warm thank you to the McGill family for making this package available. Not only, I mean, the history of the McGill family. You know, Carolyn's father really was an incredible supporter of the school, and yeah, we really appreciate everything that they've done for the school. And it's only appropriate that we would finish on the last package, Be Surprised by the McGill family tonight. Is just fabulous. We're at 3410, Greg. We're on our way, buddy. We're going to keep
rolling. Yep.
We're going to keep rolling it. And folks, just keep bidding it up. It's totally okay. Just keep bidding it up. And Ernest, I love this. This is a great comment. Ernest says, Tyler, you are always welcome to provide art for the school for years to come. And I think we would second that and third that and everything else, wouldn't we, Greg?
Absolutely, yeah. And so many of the families that are really been involved in this do have older kids that are getting ready to graduate, and it's really exciting to have some parents of younger kids kind of step in and start taking over some of these important leadership roles. But it really is, we know that so many of those families continue to stay connected to the school even after they leave, which is a testament to how important that school is to their lives, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's going to be fun. You know, I get a wonderful opportunity to visit a lot of schools and see some incredible communities. But this one is really special. I love the family atmosphere that you have in the community. Annalisa mentioned it in her video earlier. I hear everybody talk about it. And it is just a phenomenal situation. And by the way, Greg, the bidding is still hot and furious. I want to make sure that everybody knows we're up to $4,000 right now. I'm going to go ahead and kick the bidding increments up a little bit more. We're going to go, if we were in person, folks, I'd be I'd be going along at about $250 a clip at this point. So we are going to kick that up. Right now, you need to be at $4,260 to bid, $4,260 to bid. There's no reason that you can't keep doing it. It is absolutely perfect. We can keep selling it. We're at $4,000, but the next bid is at $4,260. I'd love to see who is bidding against Frederick, because he has set that proxy bid really, really high. And you know what, Greg, I'm going to make an executive decision right here, if you're okay with that. I mean, you're the executive in charge.
Yep.
But I like to see bidding, and so I don't want to cut it off. You know what I think we'll do is let's go ahead and jump ahead to and have Anka, our wonderful producer over in Meridian, Idaho. Big shout out to our friends at Tree Fan Events, doing a great job of keeping track of you and I, Greg, tonight, all the way from Meridian, Idaho. Anka, Tree Fan, doing a fantastic job spinning the knobs, as I like to say, one of the pioneers in AV technology and women in technology. Quite honestly, she is fantastic. So with that being said, now that I've got her attentions and she's just glowing, I can see her glowing backstage there and smiling. What a shocker. Always smiling. Hey, Anka, let's jump ahead and let's go ahead and draw our golden ticket winner. Let's jump out and grab our golden ticket winner. Greg, this is for a $500 gift card to Sun River. And you know who donated it, right?
No, I don't.
The McGill family.
Oh,
is
my
that
God.
only appropriate? Huh?
Yes,
This,
yes.
once
We are
again,
so thankful for that. Yes.
Oh, they're just fabulous. Carolyn, thank you so very much for your generosity. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Everybody, all 100 names are on here, Anka. Let's go ahead and spin it and see who's going to win the $100 or $500 gift card to Sun River. And our winner is Bob and Kelsey Wagner. Bob and Kelsey Wagner.
Well, Kelsey's our bookkeeper.
How about that? Are you going to give her some time off to go over and use that Sun River gift card?
I suppose we'll have to think about it now. Pressure's on. Geez.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Hey, well, it looks like the bidding has stalled out at $4,000. So we're at $4,010. Would love to see it go to $4,260, but I think we are about to sell it. I want to give everybody last and final chance here to bid $4,260. Need to be at $4,260 to bid. And then we are going to also do our Springwater drawing, or hashtag Springwater drawing, here in just a couple of minutes there. Anka, I'm not quite done selling, but I am going to be done here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have sold it. Sold it. Sold it. Frederick Gove, thank you so very much. You are the winner. $4,010 for your 7-night stay in beautiful Caldera Springs, cabin number 7, or in a Caldera Springs cabin. Greg points out it has 5 bathrooms and a hot tub. And so you're going to have a great, great time. Thank you so much to the McGill family for making that incredible opportunity available to raise money for our friends here at Springwater School. So Greg, this has been fun.
Yeah, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a really nice night. It's great to see how generous people have been, because they really have been. It's really cool to see people, especially with everything that's going on, to still be able to step up and try and take care of the school.
Absolutely. No, this is the beautiful thing about charter schools. You've got to step up, and you've got to have a tight community, and you guys have done a fantastic job. And you're such an inspirational leader. I can really see the trajectory is pointed dead straight up. It's absolutely phenomenal. So thank you so very much. This is the last and final call. If you haven't typed in hashtag Springwater, you want to do that right now. And while you're doing that, I heard a rumor. I just heard a rumor that there might be 2 sailboat trips if you keep bidding. Item number 20, okay? I wanted to make sure that we will probably double that item if we get to where we want to get, okay? So folks, you need to bid high and bid often, and know that there just might be a second one out there The Sheasleys are offering possibly a second one if we get it up there to the right number. So folks, bid high, bid often. I want to remind everybody you have until 8:15 to bid on our online packages. And at 8:15, they will start to close. And Greg, I want to take just a second to explain what I mean by when I say they will start to close. We have special software engaged tonight so that if anybody makes a bid in the last 5 minutes before the closing time, the window will open another 5 minutes. It will extend 5 more minutes. So there's none of this deal bidding at the last second to get it, right? Nobody's going to arm you out, shoulder you out like they did at the silent auction. In this online environment, you absolutely, if you make a bid in the last 5 minutes, it will extend another 5 minutes, and it will continue to do that indefinitely, right? So when we say it starts to close at 8:15, that's what we mean. If nobody's made a bid since 8:10, the item will close at 8:15, and if it has not, then it will close at 8:15. If somebody does, it will extend another 5 minutes. So I want to make sure everybody has a chance, and we will go from there. So at this time, let's go ahead and draw for our wonderful $50 Amazon gift card from anybody that had typed in hashtag Springwater. Let's go ahead and roll the dice there, Anka. Look at the names. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Oh,
Annalisa, why not? Huh? How about that? Annalisa is our winner, and I bet she won't share it with Jeff. Well, maybe she will. But congratulations, Annalisa. The gift card is in the mail. All right. And thank you so very much. Greg, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to participate in your event tonight. It's always fun to be with the Springwater family, and big shout out to Chris and Maggie doing just a phenomenal job in organizing this year's event and working with Molly and Holly and obviously my friend Carolyn. This has been fantastic. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Patrick. I want to thank you too. It's been great working with you and Anka, and want to thank Atria and Tree Fans Events. This has been a really, really good event, really fun event, something we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to do this year. So thank you so much for working with us to kind of get that done. We also want to thank Chris and Maggie for just stepping in and saying, yeah, we'll do it this year. Like, that is a brave thing to do. And they did an amazing job in running this. They did everything. Well, Carolyn and Molly helped as well, but they really, really did take over this year. And Carolyn and Molly, want to thank you so much for your years of doing this and your continuing commitment. When this shut down last year, we had a lot of stuff that was kind of set aside for the auction, and we had to take care of it. And you guys came up with some really creative ways for us to work with those donations. And we want to thank everybody for donating. It really makes a big difference. All of these donations allowed us to raise a huge amount of money today for Springwater that is going to help us fill in those gaps that we have, and those gaps that expanded this year a little bit in this strange year that we have. So finally, I want to thank the board and all the board members for their continuing support for Springwater. As members of the board, they're volunteers, and they are stepping up to do something that is a difficult job. It was made extra difficult this year. The commitment and the length of time of those board meetings has been staggering this year. So I want to thank all of you guys for everything that you've done. So again, thank you. This has been a really, really great night. And I think I'm turning it back over to Patrick, but I don't know.
Let's just give him a big virtual thank you and good night. Have a great evening, everybody.
All right, great. Thanks, everybody. See ya.